What's up, Jacob here too, the weekly set review of Monday Night Raw. This is the Raw before WrestleMania. They kicked off the show with a pissed off Gunther coming down to the ring, saying how he's going to destroy Jey Uso's dreams at WrestleMania. He's going to destroy him, and he's going to make him bleed just like how he did his brother Jimmy Uso. He's not afraid of Jey Uso. He thinks he's a joke, and he's going to crush him at WrestleMania 41 and retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Bianca Belair had a promo backstage about how she's going to win the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania when she defeats Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Rhea Ripley also had a backstage promo about how she's going to win the Women's World title and defeat Bianca Belair and Io Sky at WrestleMania 41. And Io Sky also had a promo about how she's going to retain her Women's World title at WrestleMania 41 when she defeats Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. So all three of them had their promo videos. A lot of promo videos in this episode of Monday Night Raw, I gotta say. There was a lot. The War Raiders said how WrestleMania 41, it's going to be war between the two, the War Raiders and the New Day, and they're going to retain their World Tag titles. And the New Day had an interview saying how they're going to defeat the War Raiders, and it's going to be a war. And then your boys, the New Day, are going to win the Tag Team Championships. A lot of package videos in this episode of Raw, so it was kind of boring, but we'll get into the rest of the episode. We had Rey Mysterio versus Julius Creed. It was going pretty good and everything. LWO and All of American Made, including Chad Gable, were on ringside. They got involved. The ref threw everybody out. All LWO, All of American Made. And then the match is going on, and the one and only El Grande Americano comes out. And Rey Mysterio picks up the victory, but El Grande Americano comes out and beats up Rey Mysterio, laying him out, standing tall. It's going to be Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano at WrestleMania 41. Who's going to win? I got a feeling Rey Mysterio is going to win, and he's going to unmask El Grande Americano and reveal that it's Chad Gable. Then we had Bayley versus Liv Morgan with Raquel Rodriguez on ringside. Decent match going back and forth and everything. Then Lila Valkyria, her tag partner, which they'll be facing Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag titles at WrestleMania 41. She comes out. Raquel was trying to do some dirty stuff to help Liv win. Lila Valkyria takes out Raquel, distracts Liv Morgan, and Bayley rolls up Liv Morgan 1, 2, 3. Bayley retains, and then Raquel and Liv Morgan went after them, but they got out of there. Overall, this part was pretty boring, but setting up their tag match at WrestleMania 41. Jey Uso comes down to the ring. Everybody's going crazy, doing the yeet and everything. He comes down, stands on the announce desk. He's not doing any yeeting. The crowd's yeeting like crazy and everything. His music hits again. He's going and everything. And then finally he starts talking. How he's going to win at WrestleMania 41 for his brother. He's going to win for his family. He's going to beat Gunther at WrestleMania 41 for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not afraid of Gunther, and nobody can stop him. Jey Uso is going to walk out of WrestleMania 41, in his eyes, the World Heavyweight Champion, and he is one word for Gunther: yeet. And then Jey Uso walked out through the crowd, yeeting and everything. I like that we're getting a more of a serious Jey Uso, but also has still the yeet version of him. I still don't see Jey Uso as a World Heavyweight Champion material, so I'm really not sure who's going to win this. I'd prefer to see Gunther retain, but also, he's super over with the crowd, so I wouldn't be surprised that Jey Uso beats Gunther at WrestleMania 41 for the World Heavyweight Championship, and maybe Jimmy Uso comes out and celebrates with him because Jimmy got laid out trying to help his brother with this feud with Gunther. Then we had AJ Styles versus Karrion Kross. A pretty random match, but it was because Karrion Kross has been following AJ Styles for the past couple weeks. Pretty decent going back and forth and everything. Karrion Kross looks so different. He has a huge beard now, long hair, all black tights. It was like the first time I've seen him wrestle in like forever. But decent match and everything. AJ Styles ended up picking up the victory in the Styles Clash, 1, 2, 3. And then Logan Paul's music hits. Logan Paul comes down to the ring, telling how AJ Styles, he's going to beat him at WrestleMania. He made a package video for him, and he showed him on the announce, like on the big screen and everything. It was pretty much just a hype video how Logan Paul's this mega star. He's a wrestler. He's a boxer. He's a YouTuber, social media star and everything, hyping up Logan Paul. He gets in the ring. AJ Styles is punching Karrion Kross because he's behind him. He's punching Logan Paul in front of him. He ends up getting jumped by both of them because he can't defend them off. And then Logan Paul ends up hitting his finishing DDT on AJ Styles, which that means, usually in wrestling, whoever goes over before the show does not win. So thank God Logan Paul is not going to beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania 41. This is the last thing that everybody wants to see is Logan Paul beat AJ Styles. Even though I don't like Logan Paul, AJ Styles and Logan Paul should put on a banger of a match at WrestleMania. I just don't want to see Logan Paul win because last year he won and that was just terrible. So that was that. Logan Paul laid out AJ Styles. Then we had Penta versus Finn Balor going one-on-one. The match was going pretty good. We had Dominic Mysterio and Carlito on ringside. When Braun Breaker's music hits, he comes down to the ring because the Judgment Day before this match jumped Braun Breaker and beat him up. Braun Breaker comes down the ring, beats up Finn Balor. The match turns into a disqualification. It turns into a brawl with everybody in the match at WrestleMania 41 for the Intercontinental title. It's Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Carlito. They're all brawling and everything. Carlito's not in the match. Braun Breaker hits a spear on Dominic and Carlito at the same time. A double spear. He speared 2 people at once. It was insane. He lays out Finn Balor, but then Penta hits a Hurricanrana on Braun Breaker and launches him out of the ring, and Penta stands tall. So it looks like Penta might not win at WrestleMania 41, but you never know. I got a feeling Dominic wins at WrestleMania 41. Also, my predictions will be dropping tomorrow on Wednesday. So WrestleMania 41 predictions dropping tomorrow on Wednesday. Stay tuned for that. Make sure to like and subscribe. Subscribe to watch that video because I'm very excited for the predictions. Obviously WrestleMania 41. But I don't think Penta's going to win. I think Dominic's going to screw over Finn Balor because Finn Balor's going to be about to win the match. And Dominic's going to screw him over and Dominic's going to win the title. And then Finn's going to go after Dominic and eventually win it. But this whole segment right here for the Intercontinental Championship, I'm very hyped for that match. That match is going to be really good. So really cool segment and everything, but that Braun Breaker spearing 2 people at once was crazy. Then they kind of just had like a hype thing talking about all the matches at WrestleMania. It's going to be Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lila Valkyrie for the tag titles, the Intercontinental title, Fatal 4-Way, El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio, War Raiders versus New Day, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk, Logan Paul, AJ Styles, Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Gunther and Jey Uso. There's a couple other matches that they're talking about, but partly this show was literally just like promos and hype stuff for WrestleMania 41. So it was kind of boring. But the main event, Roman Reigns comes down to the ring with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is afraid because he kind of turned on Roman in Chicago when I was there because he's with CM Punk. Seth Rollins comes out. They start talking promos and everything. Pretty much how Seth Rollins says, Roman, you can't trust Paul Heyman. He goes whoever he wants. And Roman's like, you're right. But he punches Seth Rollins, throws him out of the ring. Paul Heyman celebrating. He goes, that was amazing. That was amazing. And Roman looks at him and punches Paul Heyman in the face and drops Paul Heyman. So Roman's done with Paul Heyman. CM Punk's music hits. He comes down to the ring, saves Paul Heyman, takes out Roman Reigns. But Paul Heyman is laying on the ground. CM Punk checks on him. He turns around, spear by Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns spears CM Punk. And then Roman standing tall. And out of nowhere, a Shield chair shot, just like the Shield standing from behind him. Seth Rollins hits Roman Reigns with the steel chair, laying him out. Then he stomps Roman Reigns. Then he stomps CM Punk. And Seth Rollins is standing tall. And he was standing tall over Paul Heyman. He asked Paul Heyman, would you be with me at WrestleMania 40? So who will Paul Heyman, like this match, I honestly feel like now it's all about, at the end of the day, who is Paul Heyman going to be with? Is he going to be a CM Punk guy? Is he going to be a Roman Reigns guy? It looks like he's not going to be Roman Reigns unless they're putting on an act. Or is Paul Heyman going to join Seth Rollins for the first time ever? I'm not sure. I'm very excited for this match. This match is going to be a banger. I just don't want to see Roman Reigns win. I don't think Roman needs this win. Honestly, out of anybody that needs this win is Seth Rollins, but with Seth Rollins standing tall, I don't think he's going to win. I wouldn't be surprised if they had CM Punk win, but I really would like to see Seth Rollins win because last year he lost both matches at WrestleMania 40 because he lost in the tag match with Cody to The Rock and Roman, and then he lost his World Heavyweight Championship to Drew McIntyre. So give Seth Rollins a WrestleMania win, and maybe if Seth Rollins go with Paul Heyman, that'd be very interesting. But overall, this show wasn't terrible, but to me, it did not feel like a show right before WrestleMania. It was a lot of package videos and just hype for the show, but it wasn't like good hype like last year with The Rock and everything, and Cody. It felt like it at the end. Like this kind of felt like it, but I'm gonna give it a solid 3.5 out of 5. Normally I give Raw before WrestleMania's 4.5 out of 5. I gotta say this is one of the weaker Raw before WrestleManias in my opinion. But this is Jared W. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be dropping the WrestleMania 41 predictions, the full match card that's been announced so far, and I'll see you guys in the next one.